Super. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut with Mike Kelly, and we're Real Estate Jerky Daily.
Yeah.
Finally got here. Mike's.
Oh, the traffic was so tough. There was two
the
cars
whole mile
in front
away.
of me.
Why don't you go the back around?
Two cars.
Dude, you're like a mile and a half away. So don't give me that bullshit.
No, I started.
It takes me a while to get up, get my coffee.
I do have something.
I've been up since when I get up at 4. I got to the gym by 4:45.
Oh, good for you. I'd love to go to the gym.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you got?
Maybe 2 weeks after. It says including rising inventory and falling prices in the Bay Area and a continued rise in 30-year fixed mortgage rates, now at a 5-month high of 6.85.
Yeah, well, messing with things. All right, so here's kind of what I have to go over today. Home prices are cooling off, as new data will show. Job openings in the U.S. just missed expectations. California wildfire rebuilding plan has been put on pause. I want to go through the $100 million relief fund that's drawing criticism. That fire aid.
Didn't Mr. Newsom Gruesome get $50 million of that?
No, we'll get into that.
His little foundation.
No, I don't know, but it went to nonprofits. And long-term care exploding with older people that they might need a reverse mortgage. So what do you want to start with? Your favorite one, JOLTS.
Yay!
The Labor Department just released, at 7 o'clock this morning. So not just earlier today.
That's close.
So JOLTS report, which is job openings and labor turnover survey. So I wonder if it's Apple or Cherry. And for June 2025, the total job openings came in at 7.437 million, missing expectations of 7.55 million. So it's lower than they expected. So I said yesterday, the only way this could get better is if they came in different and that needed to come in lower, less jobs, less openings available.
Yep.
That's down from last month's revised 7.712. So that's almost like 300,000 off. I know
it's
not exactly, but I just rounded it up.
The revisions always correct me.
Why this matters: fewer openings, potential slowing labor demand, which is kind of what we've been seeing for a year or more.
Right.
Could see, and this signal cautious hiring from employers and economic uncertainty. Everybody out there has uncertainty. Our buyers who are looking at properties, the sellers, all that stuff, they all have uncertainty right now. They have no idea what's going on. And the Fed is probably not going to lower rates because of this right now, because there's no way they're going to show that they're going to do it right now because of what Trump did.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that whole thing about Jerome Powell and Trump. So yesterday on our show, we kind of said, well, the third property should go in there. Well, Bill Phillips, yes, you were Bill, I'm calling you out. He said, you're wrong. That was part of a different program. That was just the 2 properties are in this program right now.
Oh,
and he is correct. I researched it some more. That's right. I actually did. And the big thing is originally in 2019, if I remember, I don't have the stuff right here. The program, they were set up to do these remodels for $1.9 billion. It is now ballooned to 2.5 to 2.7 billion.
Right.
And in his statement and other people's statements, that's like a 10% overrun. Okay. Well, last time I went to school, that's not 10% times 1.9 million is only 190 million.
That doesn't make sense then.
Yeah. Well, it's more of a 30 to 40% overrun. And on average, you're about, when you build a house or you do any kind of remodel, you put a 20% contingency fund in there. Well, I'm sorry, but we're talking a few $100,000. They were talking millions and millions, almost another trillion. Is that trillion? No. $1 billion. Almost another $1 billion. So I don't really care who's at fault, but it should be looked at. Why is it so expensive? Well, we had to put it back to the original stuff. Well, I understand costs were more. That's why we didn't build our house in the Twain Hart because the costs were we're 30% higher. So I can see these overruns. However, somebody should be on top of it. When you're in the government, you don't spend taxpayers' money like it's your money.
Oh,
you spend it like a credit card.
Yeah,
that's what they spend it like a credit card. They don't. I'll pay it someday.
Yeah,
who cares?
Yeah,
that's the difference. And it's like,
or I'll just file.
When I was an employee for a guy in the mortgage, I thought I spent his money the same way I would spend the money as an owner. No, and not until you become an owner do you change.
Yeah.
So that's all I just want to readjust. So, I'm glad people are watching our stuff, and I'm glad they're calling us out if we're wrong, and I'm good with that. We need both sides of that.
Absolutely. That's how we learned.
Well, it's also, this is not conservative only. This is not liberal only.
Yeah.
This is both sides are able to work together.
Yep.
All right. So there was the California. Should I do that yet, or should let's do
Yeah.
let's do FHFA and Case-Shiller home price indexes first. FHFA home price index covers single family homes with conforming loan amounts.
All right.
They fell 0.2 in May. The annual appreciation dropped from 3.2% to 2.8%. So they're showing that we're going to see a slowing of appreciation nationwide. That probably means in our area, maybe 6 to 7%.
Yep.
But we don't know. It could be more. It could be less. Case-Shiller tracks prices across all 9 U.S. census division, and don't ask me to tell you what those are right now because I don't have it up here. I can get it for you. Annual growth. Yeah, you're going to ask me. Annual growth rate came in at 2.3%, down from 2.7% in April. So it is showing an overall slowing. Why this matters? Slowing appreciation means more stable pricing, help for buyers and those battling affordability. For sellers, price aggressively may backfire in a shifting market, and that's what we're seeing. I talked yesterday. 41% of homes out there saw a price reduction that were listed. Saw a price reduction. That's going up. That's huge. That's almost 50%.
Yeah,
9 more, 50% almost. If I was rounding up, or round down, I would round up. To 50%,
because it'll be there.
It's going to be there.
Yeah.
There was a California wildfire recovery bill put it out there, and it's SB 549. The bill was aimed at rebuilding wildfire ravaged neighborhoods. Okay, so they put this out. Everybody's going, they're stealing our stuff.
Right.
They're going to steal our land, especially all the LA people who. And I'll get into that fire aid controversy in a second.
Oh, yeah.
All the people who thought, oh, my God, this is what the plan is. Eminent domain. They're going to steal my stuff. And basically they shelled this because of this. I have no idea. I read a little bit of it. I think it was originally supposedly, in other areas to be able to buy that back and give people money. But people are taking it, oh, no, you're trying to steal our LA properties.
Right. And
so that's why they shelved it for now. According to State Senator Benjamin Allen, if we were going to do this, I want the time to do it right. That's why they're hold off. This is their statements now. Your buddy Gavin Newsom clarified the state is not taking away anyone's property.
Sure.
Anyone claiming otherwise is misinformed or lying. Let's throw that out there.
He would be the one that would be lying. They're going to give them a first right of refusal to purchase the property.
Well, it's not. Yeah. Well, we'll see about in 2026. I think there's a few things that need to be fixed.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I've heard out there, because there was I don't know if I sent you the picture, but it was talking about all the different things that Gavin Newsom won't talk about.
Right.
And I had it. So I did a deep research on every single one of them, but I'm only going to talk about the 100 million fire aid controversy.
Oh.
So what the problem is, they did this star-studded benefit concert to aid fire survivors. The promise, celebrity hosts claimed every dollar would go directly to victims.
Right.
The reality, 0 went to individual survivors.
Right.
75 million have been granted to nonprofits, and there's a remaining 25 million slated for long-term mitigation and rebuilding. So what got funded? Legal aid, food banks, animal shelters, mental health services, all important, but not direct cash to the ones that they thought were going to get it. And that's the problem. So there's such a huge thing. I know everybody wants to slap this under Gavin Newsom, but it's not really his fault on this one. Donors' deceptions, calls for audits. Kevin Kiley, he's a U.S. representative, has requested federal investigation. Public perception has shaped the mismatch between marketing and execution. So go ahead.
There's one nonprofit that actually gave the money back. And it wasn't a ton of money, but they gave the money back.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is 75 million went to all those nonprofits instead of what it was. The way they sold the concert was it was going to go to the victims, not to nonprofits supporting the normal stuff that normally handles. Yes, I understand animal shelters took on a lot of stuff and food banks fed people, legal aid. I don't know about that, but anyway.
Yeah, it's amazing that not one of those stars that was in that concert has anything to do with calling back and explaining themselves.
So lesson that you should take away from this, if you're going to do a fundraising effort, please make sure you're transparent.
Yeah.
Follow through and clear communication. Especially with the public. The reason so many people went to this and did this is because they thought the money was going to the victims, not these other people.
Not these other functions.
Yeah. So that's just horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So what else do I have today? Did I start that over there? Yes, I did. What else do I have today? Reverse mortgages, long-term care. There's the word I was looking for.
Queer.
Yeah, clear. That was pretty bad.
Queer to close.
No, like clear. That
Yeah.
a quiet time. So the issue is aging Americans like yourself are the skyrocketing long-term care costs. Did you know the average nursing home is over $100,000 a year?
Yes.
Weekday in a home care, 42,120.
No.
Weekday in a home care. Weekday
No.
in home care a
Right.
year. Yeah, 42,120.
How do you pay for that? How do you pay?
That's
for that?
right. So that's the problem. They're caught in the middle income trap. They're too wealthy for Medicaid and too stretched for private care. So they're talking about, you know what, maybe you need to get a reverse mortgage to help you pay for those things.
Yeah.
And because you don't want to sell the house, because then you'll have no place to live and you'll have nowhere to have this. So you might as well. So that's just I saw a thing out there.
Is there a limit to what you can reverse mortgage for?
Yeah.
Or is it just based on on
the value
equity?
And what you owe?
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. That's what it's based off. It's based off of how old you are, how much equity you have. And that's really, so we have to know your date of birth, the youngest person in the household, the date of birth, and it needs to be 62 and older.
Yeah.
And we run the numbers and it tells us, because it has a whole, it's like AI, the original AI stuff just tells us what you can get. We don't control that.
Right.
Like
Okay.
FHFA, God, that's today. FHA, that's what most people use. They have a whole system. We just put in there and it tells us max. Yeah. And it's just another way of getting cash, because a lot of people are worried is going to show his income. No, it doesn't show his income.
That's good.
Yes, you still own the house.
Yeah.
Yes, you can down the road, if you pass away, you can, your kids can take it over, refinance it, pay it off, or sell it and get the rest of the equity. You're not going to eat it all up. And maybe if you used it all in the next 5 years, and we don't have I think the next 25 years we're going to see. We think prices are high now.
Oh,
just wait.
Yeah.
Average home in us is $1 million something. Average home over in the Bay's 10 million. Can you imagine?
It's going to be crazy.
And the people are going, how are you going to afford it? Well, it's not going to be about affordable housing, because that's not going to do anything.
Yeah. You're going to have purchased your home long before.
Yeah. But how do other people buy homes? How do we do other things? I get all that. We talked about yesterday about the apartment complexes in New York, where the average rent for a lot of these rent control areas are only $1,000 a month. But to rent that same thing brand new is $9,000 a month.
Yeah.
And they can't raise the rents, so they can't remodel it. They can't do anything. They just take it off the rent rolls when people leave.
Rent rolls. Yeah, that's helping the housing.
Yeah. How'd you like that? Hiroshima in 1945 to 2010, and 1945 to Detroit to 2010.
Yeah. You can recover from an atomic blast faster than you can from a Democratic-run city.
Oh yeah, decades.
A Democrats run city.
And I know we're negative about it, but look at California. We need to make some changes.
Oh my gosh,
it's bad.
It is really bad.
It is. I mean, we definitely need to get to where everybody has a voice again.
Very true. Very true.
Well, that's all I have for today.
Well, Compass is going to sue Zillow.
Yeah, that was that.
Yeah, alleging antitrust violations related to the Zillow ban.
It has to the what?
The Zillow ban.
What ban?
Well, they're banning. Compass wants to have basically their own MLS, and they call them off-market listings.
Gotcha.
So they'll put it on the multiple listing
want to
service.
Put it on Zillow.
They keep it in, but they also want to advertise it on Zillow to get more exposure. But I don't think you can have it both ways. Can you?
I would say just put it on the MLS.
Yeah,
be done with it. Stop trying to make.
And then all of a sudden, boom, it's on Zillow.
Yeah.
But they want to control their market. I had a Compass. Somebody from Compass reached out to me yesterday talking about the con or the pros of what they're doing, and I just kind of blasted them back and said, I don't believe in what you're doing is correct. I think you're leaving the seller in the wind for your own edification, and don't bother me again.
Did you reach out to your representative, that you're part of the representative party, to tell them what's going on with that?
Nah, because I bet they got the email too.
Well, you were supposed to call him for me anyway.
Oh, for that. Yes, I did reach out to Adam Gray, his office. Yes.
I'm not going to say the company, but there's a lawsuit directs the spotlights on LOCOM practices. So this company was allegedly steering their loan officer, saying, if you sell this, we'll give you this.
Uh-huh.
And if you can't sell that, then they switch it to supposedly an internal salesperson to get lower, and then they would get the lower comp and still get. Supposedly, when you do that, it's supposed to go to the other person's site, but it doesn't. It still goes back to the original loan officer. So yeah, it was that's just shady stuff that you have to be careful that you shouldn't be doing.
Upstream, downstream.
Oh, low comp is set. Our numbers are what our numbers are, and they can't change. Period.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can't give any of it away according to the law.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway. You got anything else?
No, I keep reading.
Well,
it's all stuff that we've already talked about.
Well, that's because
there's not a lot of news going on.
There's a lot of news today.
Your news, yeah.
I had some real estate stuff. What else we got? Nope, nothing. All right, we're out of here. We'll be back tomorrow with more news.
A lot more.
You'll have local numbers.
Yep, I'll have local, and I could do state too. But
you're not here on Friday?
No, I'm here on Friday.
Okay, well, don't you want to leave that for Friday?
I will.
All right, that's all we have for you today.
Have a wonderful day, kids.
Yes, make it a good one. All right, have a good bye.
Bye.